Is air drying not a thing anymore? I want to be in that position where I can fall in love with my hair again. So the simpler your routine, the better. Just be normal. Hey my lovelies, welcome back to my channel where I break down the fundamentals of my hair care. If you're new to this channel, guys, my name is Dina, and over here we talk about everything relaxed hair care. So if that's something that you are interested in, then by all means, please do consider sticking around, giving this video a big like, and joining the hair gang family over here. So today's video will be touching a lot on my 2024 hair care regimen. And I love doing these videos because this video is a time for me to share with you what's going on with my hair. It's an opportunity to let you know if I have any new products, any new changes that are coming to my regimen. And that's why I feel that it's necessary for me to produce this video every single year. My hair care regimen, if you've watched previous hair care regimens, it's somewhat similar, but there are quite a few changes simply because of the state of my hair at this point and my location. So to get this video started, let's kick off by talking you through my hair care goals for 2024. I believe it's important for us to have goals in life, and these goals really help us to plan what it is that we want. And the same is true for a hair care regimen. You sort of have to know what you want out of it, and then you build your regimen to achieve those goals, right? So let's start off with my 2024 hair care goals. So the very first thing that I want to do this year is to minimize my breakage. And notice I said minimize. I did not say stop. The reason being is because breakage is inevitable. Like, it will happen. At the end of the day, we have greatly compromised the strength of our hair by putting a chemical relaxer in it. And I know to each his own, like, we chose to do it. Those of you who are natural and may want to come for me, it's fine. It was a choice that we made. And so for me, I feel that the onus is on me now to see how I can reduce that breakage and how I can strengthen my hair. So right off the bat, I need to be able to minimize breakage. Now, I also suffer, I would say right now, it's occasional. I occasionally suffer with dry scalp. When I first moved to the UK, it was ridiculous, like absolutely manic. But I think right now it's sort of under control to an extent. It's not as bad as how it was. And so my goal for this year is to continue to see how I can improve the health of my scalp. As they always say, healthy scalp leads to healthy hair. So we got to get our scalp under control. Now, this is something that a lot of people want. Of course, when they relax their hair, they literally want to see their hair grow. Like, they want long hair. Girl, all of us want long hair, no? So I want to see some growth this year. Last year, I didn't experience a lot of growth because I kept clipping and clipping and clipping because I was experiencing more breakage than hair growth. And that is a situation that we never want to be in. So this year, I want to concentrate a little bit more on how I can get my hair back to the length that I'm accustomed to it being. Like, I'm accustomed to my hair being down here, girl, like by my boobs, touching my boobs, you know what I mean? And right now it's not there. It's not there, but we're gonna get there. By the grace of God, we're gonna get there. Now, another hair goal of mine is to improve the thickness of my hair. Now, I know that thickness largely has a lot to do with genetics, and I'm a fine hair girl. Like, I have fine strands. They are quite dense, but at the end of the day, my hair is quite fine. A lot of people with thick hair, their hair strands are a lot thicker, a lot coarser, and so, you know, the voluminous nature of their hair shines through. I don't particularly have that, and because I've been battling with anemia over these last, I would say 7 to 8 months thereabouts, I've been experiencing more shedding and hair loss than normal. So the plan is to see how I can get my iron levels back up and see if that really contributes to me and my goal for thicker hair. And lastly, I think this is a really big goal of mine, and it's more like an emotional type of goal, like something that's really intrinsic to me, and it's for me to fall in love with my hair again. Last year, because of everything that was happening with my hair, I sort of neglected it, and I want to be in that position where I can fall in love with my hair again. I can look at my hair and say, "Ooh, girl, your hair is hearing, like, your hair looks good. I want to go out and people look at my hair and say, oh, I love your hair. What did you do? What do you do to get your hair healthy?" Like, I want to be in that state of mind where my hair makes me feel good again. And I think, as I said, that's a lot more emotional changes that have to be made. But I think everything that I would have mentioned before plays a part in me loving my hair. So if I get my hair back to the state that I'm accustomed to it being, then I think, you know, the love that I had for my hair would gradually come back. And we all go through this. We all go through moments when we don't want to see our hair, right? We just want to pack it away and just like, yeah, I've had enough. But gradual steps, and I think we'll get there. So let's now get into what I plan to do to achieve those hair goals. So first things first, let's tackle relaxers. So my plan is to get a relaxer 4 times for the year. I've already done one in February. So my next relaxer is going to be in May. Then following that, August. And then my last relaxer for the year is going to be in November. Now this year, I don't want to do any long stretches. I don't want to do no 5-month stretches again. Like, I'm not doing that again. I am literally sticking to my relaxers like clockwork. Every 12 weeks, I'm going to be getting a relaxer done. I don't want to push it this year. I know that sometimes when I push it, it works out for me, but there are also times when I push it and it doesn't. So in order to minimize any chances of my hair breaking or not responding well to the stretch, I'm just going to stick to what I know has worked in the past, and that's me relaxing my hair every 12 weeks or every 3 months. Also, I'm going to be sticking with the same hairstylist. Like, I'm not trying to change hairstylists this year. I found one who I really love, who looks after my hair, very gentle with it, and I'm sticking it out for the rest of the year. Now let's talk about wash days. So wash days are truly a game changer and so important to your hair care regimen, because you want your hair to be clean. Like, a wash day is essentially like a fresh start to your hair regimen each time you put water on your hair, essentially. So for me, I'm going to be doing weekly wash days. I used to sometimes, like, I guess last year, because of the mood that I was in, sometimes I would stretch my wash days. I would go for about, 12 days, or sometimes I would, surpass the 7 days. Now, in terms of my wash days and the frequency of my wash days, I'm planning to stick to once a week. Like, I'm not deviating from that. God forbid that anything, has to happen to me that I have to stretch out my wash day. But for the time being, I am going to be washing my hair every single weekend, whether it's Saturday or Sunday. My hair will get washed. My scalp will be cleansed. But 1 time a week is the standard for me, and I'm going to see how I can get that done and be really consistent with it. So if it's Saturday or if it's Sunday, regardless, it's going to be washed. Now, in terms of my washing as well, I want to be in a position where I'm clarifying my hair very regularly, especially because of my dry scalp. I think it's important that, you start fresh, like at least twice a month. See if I can incorporate my clarifying wash day into the routine, just to give my hair a fresh new start for that week. Now, you've seen my previous video. Hopefully you have. If you haven't, I'll leave a card so that you can check it out. But the plan is to see how I can incorporate Olaplex into my hair regimen very regularly. My plan is to do it every other week and see how my hair reacts to it. Now, if you don't know about Olaplex, the video that I did last week, or my last video, really explains in a snapshot what Olaplex does for your hair. Now, I've just mentioned that breakage is something I'm trying to minimize, and Olaplex is that product that really helps to strengthen your hair. So that is one of my hair goals, and Olaplex is essentially the solution to helping me to achieve that hair goal of minimizing breakage. Now, because of the fine nature of my hair, I think it's really important for me to stick to a lot of moisturizing products. And as far as possible, I'm going to try to see how I can cut out, to an extent, protein overload products, or products that are high in protein. Yes, I will still be incorporating protein treatments into my regimen, but very sparingly. Now, for how I intend to dry my hair, now it's so weird. Like, I've been off YouTube for a while, but I see so many people now that are utilizing more blow dryers to get their hair straight, and I'm like, is air drying not a thing anymore? But that's fine, because to each his own. For me, air drying works for me, and that is something that I will continue to do. So I'm planning to air dry my hair 80% of the way, and then for the remaining 20, I will then crank out the blow dryer and just sort of speed up the process. But air drying is something that works for me time and time again. I've seen a lot of progress in my hair care regimen because of air drying, and that's something that I'm going back to. I don't want to be joining the trends. Like, trends die. Like, I know what works for me, and I'm going to stick to that. But in saying that as well, there are going to be times when I feel like I want a straighter look, I want a smoother look, and so I will be blow drying and flat ironing. But it's sort of like when I feel like it. I feel like blow drying and flat ironing takes so much time, and a lot of the times I'm really lazy when it comes to my hair. I don't want to spend extra time doing all sorts. And I think for me as well, because I'm up here, like I don't really have much of a social life, to be honest. So I'm thinking, why am I straightening my hair? Like, who's gonna be seeing it? Why am I putting in all this effort? But I suppose at some point in time, like when I really want to look back at how my hair is doing and track progress, that is the point in time when I pull up my blow dryer and pull up my flat iron and get my hair nice, silky and straight. That's gonna be not that often. So let's talk about protective styling and how I plan to be maintaining my hair for the year. Now, first things first, when we talk about protective styling, the first thing that comes to your mind is like braids, weaves, wigs, you know, that sort of thing. None. None. I am not doing any of that this year. I will not be putting in any braids in my hair. Last year I experienced so much breakage. Like, it's so weird. Like, braids are somewhat of a hit and miss for me, and I'm not putting myself through that again. This year it's fine. I can survive without braids in my hair. The mere fact that I'm going to be relaxing my hair every 3 months, I think that as well helps me in the process to get my hair back to being straight. Like, I don't have to put in braids in order to prolong the stretch. I'm so sorry. I've experienced too much breakage, too much shedding from my takedown, and maybe it's something that I'm doing wrong. Hey, I'm only human. Everything is not perfect. So maybe it's something I'm doing wrong, but I don't care. I'm not experimenting this year at all. No braids, no wigs, no weaves. However, what I plan to be doing is wearing my hair in a lot of claw clips and loose ponytail. Now, I have struggled with my edges last year. Last year, I saw my edges go ridiculously thin, absolutely see-through. And from me starting to wear claw clips on my hair, like, that has literally just reduced a lot of the tension around my edges. And so I think that's something that I'm going to continue doing. Claw clips and loose buns, nothing too tight, because we don't want that pressure on our edges. One of the things as well that I've noticed is that the elimination of edge controls has really played a part in helping my edges to sort of thicken back up. And so this year I'm going to continue with that. Maybe for like certain occasions when I feel like I just want a sleek look, I may use edge control, but that's definitely not going to be on an everyday basis. So what do I use, especially when my hair is growing out, to keep on my edges? Girl, I use foam wrap. Yes, apply a little bit of foam wrap, and then I apply my scarf, and by the time I take that off, within like 5 to 6 minutes, my hair is laid flat, and it's laid flat for the entire day. It's not gonna give you sleek and neat like edge control, but it does the work just for me. Like, I like the look of it. It still looks natural. It doesn't look like all fray and messy. It just looks clean and nice and very natural, and that's what I'm gonna be doing. I also plan to be moisturizing and sealing as required. Moisturizing and sealing doesn't seem to be a thing these days. Like, I don't know what's going on. I don't know why all these changes. Like, everybody's just using serum on their hair, and I mean, I guess it works. It works for some people. For others who live in this sort of climate here, like within about a day or two of you just leaving your house, being exposed to the very cold and chilled climate, when you get back in, your hair is going to be dry. So moisturizing and sealing is something that I will be continuing to do, but on a needs basis. Like, I don't want to be over adding product to my hair and getting my hair all way down and sticky and tacky. Just when I feel that it needs a little pick-me-upper, I'll apply. And now, in terms of like what I'll be doing to my scalp, I'll be using a mixture of products on my scalp. So avocado oil, that's my main oil that I use for sealing my hair anyways. There are times when I would add the avocado oil to my scalp. There are other times when I would add a castor oil and rosemary oil blend to my scalp. It just depends. I feel like at this point, with me trying to take care of my hair, definitely I have to find products to put on my scalp and just not put on too much, because you don't want your hair to be extremely heavy, but just putting on the right amount just to make sure that your scalp is coated and it's not giving dry. Let's get into what a lot of you guys like products. What products am I going to be using on my hair? It's going to be a mixture of old and new products. I'm going to be doing a whole dedicated video to the new products that I would have tried, products that I have in my stash that I plan to try. So you'll get a separate video dedicated to that. For the most part, in terms of products, like my regimen sort of dictates what sort of products I'm going to be using. Shampoos, my deep conditioners, my leave-ins, my foam wrap, oils, serums, you know, the standard products. So I'll still be incorporating those into my regimen, but it's a mixture of old and new products. So I don't know if you have a hair care regimen. I don't know if you are looking to build one, but if you have similar hair goals to me, then maybe this is something that you can consider. Of course, product choices may differ, and your preference for how often you relax, or preference for how often you wash your hair, or preference for the types of protective style and how you maintain your hair will differ. But at least this gives you somewhat of a baseline to work from. So yeah, guys, that is my hair care regimen for 2024. And of course, if there are any changes, you will be the first to know, and I will come back and share all the deets with you. But I think this year I'm keeping it very cool and calm. I don't want to be doing the most. I'm just keeping it really simple, because at the end of the day, I think sometimes when you overcomplicate things, that's when you don't make consistent efforts to maintain it. So the simpler your routine, the better. Just be normal. Being normal sounds kind of, being normal is probably different for everybody, but just be simple. Just be simple with how you take care of your hair. And I think at that point, you'll see consistent results, because you'll be more inclined to be consistent because it's so simple. So don't try to and that's one thing that I've noticed. If you're saying, oh yeah, I'm going to be moisturizing my hair every single night, and then on a particular night, you're mad tired and you don't moisturize your hair, then your routine breaks, and then it becomes difficult for you to then, you know, resume that routine or start it all over again. So just listen to your hair and know what it is that your hair needs, and just do that. I don't know how else to explain the simplicity of a hair care regimen. But yeah, guys, that's my hair care regimen for 2024. And I just want to tell you, thank you guys for all of your support on the last few videos. Videos will keep on pumping out. They're gonna keep coming. They're gonna keep coming. So thank you guys so much for all of your support. Thank you for watching today's video. And of course, if you've made it this far and you haven't subscribed, girl, what's wrong with you? Hit the subscribe button, like this video, share it with a friend, and tell a friend to stop over on my channel, where I try to upload videos almost every single Sunday. So until next week Sunday, guys, take care. Bye.